Good anytime, my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of a game, movie, or TV show I just finished. All thoughts and feelings are my own and are just for fun, quick way to get out my feelings on what I just played or watched. So enjoy and don't take anything too seriously. Good anytime, my fuzzyites, and welcome to a quick review of Ape Escape. A fun game overall. If you haven't seen my playthrough, of course I always recommend it. It is a really fun game with an interesting gimmick, having the control sticks, the one control stick being how you use items, and it works really well with that regard. The normal buttons are whatever, but overall it's fun. Spectre's a good enemy. It's fun figuring out how to use your gadgets effectively. Nothing too hard, and just all the way across, just a nice simple gimmicky platformer collectathon where you collect monkeys in the level who run from you and attack you and whatnot with all their own individual personalities. So I really recommend it. But let's get more into the nitty-gritty of why I like it and go into, for starters, the story. So the story starts with our main protagonist Spike and his friend Jake running to the professor's lab to check out the new, I guess they're working on a time device, time travel machine. So they're excited to see that and see how that's going to go. Upon getting there, everything is ransacked. The professor is saddened and whatnot. Or no, they're being attacked by monkeys, I think, at the time. Spin a bit. And the monkeys take the time machine and go back through time. The professor sends you back, and over the course of your adventure, you learn that the monkeys have gotten your friend Jake, who is now brainwashed on his side. Spectre, who used to be at the amusement park Monkey, and was a sight for everyone to see, everyone loved Spectre, has now gotten a hold of the Pico helmet, which I think the professor made, which gives the wearer more intelligence, and whatnot, and is trying to send his monkey army, ape army back in time to various different time periods in order to become the rulers of Earth and take over. You, who get sucked into time as well, must go through time to catch all the monkeys you can, and with the help of the professor and his gadgets, in order to find Spectre in the end, capture him, and put everything right. And overall for the story, it's very nice. It's a means to an end, but Spectre is just such a great villain. I love him entirely. I like the professor helping you out. It dishes out little bits of more gadgets as you go, and you get into levels where the main focus is the gadget you just got, to learn about it more and whatnot. And overall for a story, I like it. I like the fact of a villain going back through time and sending his legion out into the past to take over, and you having to go stop them. And you do stop them. And they have shenanigans and timelines, like one of them is riding on a T-Rex, another was riding on a shark, they have UFOs in the past they've made and whatnot. It's a fun story. It's a fun story that I really enjoy. That just adds everything together, makes Spectre a good villain. The professor and whatnot helping you out is good. Spike is a good hero, just trying to save Jake, and he wants everything to go back to normal. It is great. So I guess we'll move on to the characters. So the main character you play as is Spike, who is a 10-year-old kid who just wants to help out the world, so he goes on the sprees to try and stop Spectre and his apes from the past. And it works. He does good and whatnot. Always helpful. He's more of your bland protagonist in a lot of ways, where he just says catchphrases that you'd hear anyone say. You're not bad. I bet you'd be happier there. Just give it up, and whatnot. But he does a good enough job giving a little bit of flair to his character and how he says things to make you enjoy him. You have the professor, who is your gadget expert, who kind of tells you where Spectre is, if they've found him in time, and how to get to him. Kind of your generic, smart, intelligent person there. You have Natalie, who's on the keyboard, who's apparently afraid of haunted houses, or just ghosts, and is just there to, I guess, be the technical support of getting you places and sometimes explaining what things do. Jake, who is your rival in this, is kind of cocky. He thinks he's being mind controlled, so he thinks he's in the right to help Spectre and wants you to join him and whatnot. There's a girl in the computer. I don't know who she is. She's AI. She's kind of just there in the computer to show you things. Show us, the player, like, hey, catch these many monkeys in this area. This is how many Spectre coins are here. Hey, this is time trial. Here you go. This is what's going on. And she's nice. Good design and whatnot. I enjoy it. And then you have the bigger bad himself, Spectre, who is aggressive. He wants the human race to be gone. He wants to rule the world or else become the dominant species and send his monkeys to do that. He's very smart. He makes a lot of good weapons and whatnot. But also, in one of the scenes, you hear that it might not be him who's really doing everything. It's more the helmet that's in control of him. So that could be a worry. And all that. And, yeah, and he also misses his trainer who brought him up from birth or whatever at the amusement park. So all in all, with all the characters, there are also the monkeys, and every monkey, they do have different personalities and whatnot. Some are more will run faster. Some will just stand there and be shocked. Some will straight out attack you. They'll use traps and whatnot. So it does feel like every monkey, while not every monkey is completely unique, there are some monkeys who you go like, hey, this character has a certain way of doing things and whatnot, which is very enjoyable as well. So it's not just all bland, one monkey doing one thing over and over again. They do traps, they run certain courses, they run in certain areas, they throw bombs, some of them shoot guns, some of them launch rockets, some of them press traps to open things up to get you and whatnot. So it's a lot of good stuff that is very enjoyable, making this a really good game where I enjoy the characters. I like Spectre. I can't wait to play Ape Escape 2 and 3 and all the other ones to see how they progress him, because he is a fun villain to have. Overconfident, and basically straight up evil. Well, not straight up evil. I don't think he wants to destroy anyone, take him out and whatnot. But good enough, you know? Moving on to the areas. So there are a bunch of there are like theme areas, and then each area goes into special area. Most areas have 3. So you have like the Dawn of Time area. You have more of the dinosaur area. You go into a medieval Japan area. Current day at one point. You go to Oceania, where it's more water and whatnot. You go to the Ice Age and whatnot. A lot of good timelines and whatnot. Gives you a good variety going through time and the monkey shenanigans in those time periods, doing weird things. Yeah, and like I said, most areas have 3 distinct areas with their own distinct things, usually having a major feature. Like the first area is kind of barren with just small area, but as you go on, sometimes you go inside of a giant dinosaur to get monkeys. Other times you're going through a TV station, or a factory, or around and through icy caves, up an icy mountain, into a volcano and whatnot. Just a lot of good areas to go into. It's a lot of varied areas. They look nice. They have their own ways to go around. And the monkeys there interacting with what's in the area, with some traps they build and whatnot, really makes it feel like every single level is unique and fun. Especially going into the amusement park, which is very, very fun to go through. Play the game if you... I won't divulge more. Just play the game because it is really good. Besides that... What else do we have? The game mechanics. And the game mechanics, like I said, are very neat. While moving is the same, the actual buttons are assigned to different gadgets you get. And then with the gadgets, use the right trigger to choose which way to hit. The gadgets you get are the stun club, which is a short range weapon, which is used to hit or spin around to hit different switches, or hit monkeys to knock them out, or or knock out enemies so they don't pest you anymore. The catch net, which is how you mainly get your is the main way to get your monkeys, as you slam it on them or circle around and catch them in the net in order to send them back to the lab and back to safety. You get a hula hoop thing, which when you spin it around you get to go faster and have like a speed boost thing. There is a double-sided oar thing, which when you spin it around, you do a helicopter thing that can get you go up higher, or even like slowly glide down to areas. There's an RC car, which you can spawn, and then you can drive it with the one stick in order to like follow tracks, go through the area, hit monkeys in order to knock them down, in order to catch them easier, and stuff like that. At the end of the game, you get like a punching glove on one of those things where when you press it extends. That's good for breaking things down faster, or hitting monkeys at longer range, or doing more damage to enemies that you can't really damage with the stun club. It is what you get after you beat Spectre the second time, I think, and you have to go back to different worlds. So it's a nice reward where it's like, hey, you've gotten everything. Here's the overpowered weapon that will help you get the rest. You also get a slingshot that shoots normal pellets, exploding pellets, which do more damage, and can also stun monkeys for longer, and also homing missiles, which can home in on 3 separate enemies. Is that it? Because you have the club, you have the thing. Yeah. I think for the most part, that's it for your main arsenal. Each of them have their own thing. The worlds are built so that in certain areas you use a gadget, or sometimes a combination of gadgets. Like you have to spin around to open a gate and then use a hula hoop to get through, or you use the RC car to hold down a switch as you go, or 2 switches, you on one, the RC car on the other, and you use the hula hoop in order to dash into the area you're trying to go to. They are very nice, they work very well. It's sometimes hard, at least for me, to rotate quickly, so I've gotten a lot of deaths and failures from that, unfortunately. But still good, still fun. And then, like I said, the monkeys have their own things. They have their own categories to how alert they are. So how likely are they to see you coming? Their attack, how often will they attack or what they'll attack with. Some monkeys have bombs and grenades. Others just have guns. Not grenades, bombs and guns. Some just have futuristic guns. Some have missiles. Some have nothing and just attack you. Some are faster, some are slower. Some won't see you coming at all. It's a good variety of it. Making for a really, really fun game. With some challenge with getting the monkeys. A lot of working out the gadgets to use. And all the gadgets can be used in one way or another to stun the monkeys to get them better. So overall, it's just a really good game. I love Spectre and everything he does. He is an amazing villain. I love the time periods they chose. They could have done some more, but I think for what they did here, it was really good, getting a wide range from the beginning of time to current time to slightly ahead, possibly, but not really. Which is weird, they didn't really, yeah, they didn't really go into the future. Which would have been cool if they did. Maybe they kind of do with the factory level and the TV stand. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. But it's mainly just up to present day. Which is still fine. Still enjoyable. But yeah, so that's good. The characters are nice. Spike gets the job done. The professor and Natalie serve their purpose. All the monkeys are fun to interact with and see how they react and hear their little blurbs. Oh, this one has a secret admirer. Oh, this one wet his pants. Oh, this one ate yellow snow. Hey, this one lost his gun. Oh, this one is very angry. This other one holds a grudge. And each one is named and whatnot. Making them all unique, even if they aren't so unique, but still really good. Like I said, I like this game. They also have different pants, which give you a style of how strong exactly they are, or what they will do. Green pants usually sees you coming from a mile away and will shoot missiles. Blue pants are super, super speedy. Red pants are more aggressive and are more likely to fight by shooting you, throwing bombs, or just straight up punching you, and so on and so forth, making it really fun. And the areas are really well done, doing good to give you different areas to go into, and it really did a good job. And with the mechanics, like I said, I've never played a game since that had the same mechanics where your main thing to use was the joystick in order to attack certain ways, unless it's a top-down shooter where you use it to shoot in whatever direction you are going, or whatever direction you want. So it just works really, really well. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I highly recommend, if you have not played the game, play it. It's definitely in my top 10, possibly top 5 games that I love, game series and whatnot. But I will leave this here. So, thank you my fuzzies for watching, and I will see you next anytime. Take care.